Hello, everyone. I thought it was time for a little update or addition to the April Energy Report. And what I'm learning is that these energy reports, even though we say that they're for March or April, whatever, a particular month, the sense that I'm getting is that these are what we talk about for each month just doesn't happen for that month, but that it's the beginning of something that month that that continues to build through the coming weeks and the months. So if things don't happen right in the next 2 weeks for April or the next couple of weeks, it doesn't mean that mine or other people's reports are wrong. It's just that these reports are building. They're talking about what's coming in at the moment that will gradually build in the months to come, weeks and months to come. So I just wanted to clarify that because that just came to me a little while ago, that these are just letting you know what's coming in. Okay, so for April, this current time, I did a little oracle session, but let me first just say that the hexagram that the sage wanted to bring in during this time was hexagram 2. We got lines 1 and 6. And what he's indicating here is that during this time, obviously all this war and we're seeing lots of death and all this sort of stuff, he's saying that the fear of death is becoming quite palpable, and that we are not to look at death as the final destination, that this fear has to be alleviated within your own self, and that you must trust that death is just a transition into another dimension. It is not the ending of life, it is the beginning of a new life. So he's indicating that there's lots of fear of death. Obviously, we're seeing everywhere in the news, death, 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 more people dying, so that we need to correct our thinking about death and try not to fear it and see it as an ending. Particularly when we see all the images of the Ukraine, we feel, oh, these poor people, that we have to see it as, well, actually they're transitioning, they're moving on to a new dimension, a whole new part of their journey. So yes, it's sad, but it is not the ending, okay? The second thing that he was saying that's happening, particularly during this time, is about creating villains and villains within oppositions, separating good versus evil, light and dark, so that our higher self is better than our lower self, or we have evil forces and good forces. And that right now, really what we're being led to do is to vilify a particular person, a particular country, particular people for their actions. We're seeing them as evil. We're calling them evil. And the sage says we cannot do that, because when we do that, we are creating more separation, and it continues to delay our collective progress. That we have to see all of this as a divine reflection and everything playing out the way it should be. This darn hair, I can see it is driving me crazy. Let's see, vilifying people, creating opposites. Yeah, this just hurts the whole collective. So he just gently wants to say, let's stop creating villains out of anybody, no matter how horrific their actions may seem. All is in order. When we talk about in Gene Key speak, Gene Key 2 talks about dislocation as the fear. And it's certainly true. This fear is all about, this fear is coming up through the entire collective that, oh no, we are going in the wrong direction. The whole world is going to hell in a handbasket. And the sage says, once again, we have to change our thinking Don't look at appearances as they are. We are going in the right direction, and trust that the universe knows what to do and how everything is playing out for a particular reason. The Gene Keys says, as you see it, so it changes. So if we keep seeing as, oh, life, the economy, everything is going to hell in a handbasket, then we will go to hell in a handbasket. But if we just stay neutral and just, obviously, of course, we can have empathy, but don't get into those poor people, blah, blah, blah. That person's evil. This one's a hero. We cannot do that. It's just creating more separation and, more out of alignment energy. Just stay neutral. Don't even stay positive. Just stay neutral and trust that the universe knows what it's doing. Okay, now let's get to some more interesting stuff. I did a little oracle session, not very detailed, but I've heard many astrologers and people talking about, oh, April's a big month. It's a very big month. And yeah, that's what I got as well. And it's because I guess so many planets are changing signs and doing some changes in 1 month. And I guess that's kind of not very common. So in the month of April, all these planets are changing signs and doing lots of moving around, and it's stirring up a lot of stuff. But I don't know if I really felt like, oh, we're going to have some big event, like what I've heard other people saying. So I wanted to ask the sage. So I said, I always ask, do you wish to share any insight? And he said, yes. So I said, April is a big month and all these astrologers and other people are talking about it. Does this mean that April will be the beginning of many new events? Ding, 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 or new happenings? Does it happenings or events? Events doesn't have to mean like one catastrophic event, but many little happenings that will, what I got was a sense of, just leave us shaking our heads kind of thing. And once again, we cannot dive into the world is going to hell. Like, what is happening here? Okay. We are on the right track. So I asked, so there's many new events in many different arenas, but I asked, political? No. Involving the US government? I got a warm yes, like a simple yes, but there's way more to know, but I'm not really interested in getting into details. So I'll just call it a warm yes. Is it about Biden? No. Hunter? No. US government relationships to other countries? No. US and Ukraine? No, you're going in the wrong direction. And then I said, oh, is it some kind of shakeup in the White House? A warm yes. Simple yes, but way more to discover, but I wasn't interested. Then I asked, is this about Kamala Harris? Yes, strong yes. I didn't ask any further. So we'll just see what happens in the next couple of weeks or months. Maybe just more people will be leaving her camp. Let's see. Will the US experience kind of the bulk of these more happenings and events? Ding, 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 in April. Weather related? No. Economic? No. Is it more and continued violence? Ding, ding, ding. So and we're already seeing it. I'm seeing it. I think last week, I don't know how many stories of people getting guns out and shooting people. It happened here. It happened in several states, like 4 or 5 events all in 1 week. And so this is just going to continue. More random violence. So happenings and events like that, just leaving us shaking our heads. So watch out. So I asked, so is this going to include more mass shootings? A warm yes, something like that. It could be an individual just kind of going off and shooting a couple people, like at the bars. Then I asked, are thieves and shadowy people going to get worse? A warm yes, of course. I mean, it makes sense. More natural disasters? Yes. Earthquakes? Ding, ding, ding. And I asked, are these natural disasters related to the movements of the planets. And I got a warm yes. And then I thought, oh, is it going to be an uptick in Earth-directed solar activity? Am I recording? Yes, I'm recording. For some reason, I thought I wasn't recording. Is this related to an uptick in Earth-directed solar activity? Yes, solid yes. Then I asked, are the poles getting ready to flip? And I got not a no, but please refine your question, because I'm asking getting close to flipping. Well, what do you mean by getting close? And I asked 1 to 5 years, a warm yes. And then I asked, is the flipping of the poles, will this be a less chaotic and destructive event than people believe? Yes. So let's pray for that. Globally, will there be an uptick in more chaotic events? Warm yes. Political in nature? Ding, ding, ding. And then I was at, is it about leaders opposing each other? No, leaders, like when I was asking opposing each other, like they're taking sides, blah, blah. No, is it leaders fighting one another? No, wrong direction. Leaders opposing the US. Ding, ding, ding. So the US is going in the doghouse, my friends. And it is, at least in part, based on our involvement in Ukraine. Warm yes. The words that I got for the rest of the next couple of weeks are bungle. What is this word? I can't read it. Like you bungle things. Bungling, treacherous, and lucrative. I don't know what how the lucrative comes in. Maybe it's for the shadow government. Maybe it's going to be lucrative for them, for the oil companies. I don't know. Anyway, so that is kind of the extension of April in the next coming weeks and months, that things are just going to continue to rise in individual violence, shootings, perhaps some natural disasters. I mean, the weather during this time of the year in the US is always crazy. So I don't think the weather is going to get any more dramatic, but natural disasters may. So very interesting. Until next time, bye.